guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video. Oh, no spoilers, no spoilers. All right. So, SWAGKAGE hit me up last night, and he's like, oh, I could do a tier list here for Dokkan. So, SWAGKAGE plays Global Dokkan. I believe that he doesn't really... I don't know how much he follows JP Dokkan, but I believe he's got a section on here for JP units that you can't really make an opinion on, I believe. I haven't really spoiled myself for this list at all. Nagato, another one of my good friends, that goofball, he made one of these Dokkan tier lists a couple days ago, and it was terrible, awful, horrendous. And people have been going crazy about that. I think that's what got Swag into this. So let's see if SWAGKAGE's got the Dokkan knowledge. Let's go ahead and jump over here. We got all of it right here. Let's take a look. Okay, peak. Okay, hold on. I'm just sort of taking a lot of this in. This is just TURs. Oh, I see. One is TURs and one is LRs. Okay. All right, let's take a look at this. So we got Tech Ultimate Gohan up here at top. Sure. Cell. Sure. Sure. Swag. Listen. I mean, let's just... Alright, let me switch how I'm gonna... I mean, I don't have an issue with this top row pretty much. Let me see who the second row is. So we have Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. He's definitely way too high. I do think that, like, the two Super Saiyan 4 Gogetas are not quite on the level of, say... I do think, like, Ultimate Gohan is better. Although this is... Ultimate Gohan is on Global. And so is him. What EZA is not on Global? It's just Turles? Turles is down here prior to his EZA. Okay. Is there... Does this just not... I don't think this has... Yeah, here's JP only units. Okay. So I'm just kind of dancing around trying to, like, see what we got here. I would... Okay, so Majin Vegeta, I probably would put in peak. See, the thing is that once... Like, when I'm doing these types of lists, I do like to separate them out. Otherwise, like, I feel like making an actual list like this that I would be comfortable with putting out, it would take me, like, multiple days of, like, really, like, kind of, like, looking back at numbers, like, using unit, kind of, like, really assigning them correctly. I feel like it's much easier to rank characters, you know, just like, okay, like, Dokkan Fest LRs, Dokkan Fest EZA TURs, stuff like that, right? I feel like that is much easier. Because once you, like, just mash it all together, there's just a lot of factors. I think these three in particular, though, need to go up. Yeah, like these three right here, I would say are better than the entire rest of this row. This guy is good, but, like, these three are very strong. Majin Vegeta, to me, as I continue using him, I continue using his team, I could say that the biggest weak point for Majin Vegeta, I think, is actually his need for a Trunks character. Because it's like, if you've got the Trunks on the team, you get the damage reduction, but then you also need 6 orbs to get more damage reduction. It just becomes tiresome. But, like, the problem is you're adding a Trunks to a team with double Majin Vegeta when, like, no Trunks works good with Majin Vegeta. It's just, you're bringing the team down, making the team already just automatically very wonky, unfortunately, right? Okay, so here's Kale and Khalifa. I would move Kale and Khalifa up. I probably would have Kale and Khalifa above, like, the second anniversary Super Saiyan 4s. Would I put them above Super Vegeta? I feel like I would. I think Super Vegeta is still very good, but, I mean, he's definitely fallen off after 7th anniversary Power Creep and the Red Zone, for sure, right? I definitely think that is the case. Whereas Kale and Khalifa... this is just such a tricky unit to evaluate, Kale and Khalifa, because people who hate this unit, I feel like it's very valid. Like this character is so bad turn 1. They are just awful. Like, they're a complete, like, non-factor in Super Battle Road stages, for example. They really should have stunned. They should have a 50% chance to stun, because as they are right now, I don't like them in Extreme Super Battle. They're bad. They're too bad. But it's like, once you're able to fuse with them on turn 6, Kefla is very good. And then her heal is really powerful as well, right? So, like, that's where this character gets good. But it's just you have a lot of turns of dicking around with them. But, like, this unit can win you the Red Zone Broly fight, the hardest fight in the game. They can win you, you know, fights against a lot of tough Red Zone bosses. And you can't say that about so many characters, right? So, you do want to keep that in mind. I'm just looking for characters I think are sort of, like, really out of space. I feel like Hit should probably go up. I feel like Hit is much better than a lot of these characters around here. UI Goku, remember that UI Goku is incredibly awful in base, but once you transform, he is really good. So it kind of like evens him out. Videl, I do feel like has fallen off. She can still be very good in like Super Battle Road stages, Easy A's and stuff like that. Transforming Goku is probably a character I vastly underrate. I feel like power creep has really, really helped him out. I would push him up. I think transforming Goku is like comparable or maybe a bit better than like UI Goku and Hit and stuff like that. Like he's probably on their level. This guy I've really fallen out of love with. I feel like he's pretty unfortunately like not that great. I think he is hurt by his Rainbow Orb changing only being a 50% chance. Super 17 is way too low. I would push him up several tiers. This guy is a god. I mean, remember that this is a tier list based on global, so it's not really factoring in Red Zone. So some characters would get turned upside down in there, right? Wait, where is in? Oh, okay. Here's one thing. Int Gogeta is just better than the Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. I would put them probably next to each other with Int Gogeta in front. A lot of these tiers are just not really too good. Genemba probably could go up a little bit. Gotenks is like... Gotenks sucks in base. In Super Saiyan, he's good in Super Battle Road stages. And then in Super Saiyan 3, he can be competent even in Red Zone, but it's tough to get there. Down here, like, yeah, these are almost like completely, like, doesn't even matter. Like, none of the... Vegeta, I would push Vegito up, personally, actually. Yeah, Vegito, you can really utilize him effectively in the Red Zone. Just because almost no characters can actually tank in the Red Zone. So you can run Vegito. Most of this is just completely irrelevant, right? Like, it's like someone could be like, oh my god, this character deserves to be above this character, but, like, it doesn't really matter. Remember, okay, this is a global list, so this guy has not Easy Aid, this guy has not Easy Aid, right? Keep that in mind. Otherwise, both of them would be way up here. Super Saiyan 4, Gogeta, and Omega. Angel Golden Frieza would shoot way up. Even though he has a very underwhelming Easy A, he's still better than a majority of the characters on here. I would say, honestly, this isn't too bad. I mean, you know, besides that, Ginyu, I feel like should be like 1 up here. But, like, this is all correct. None of these characters are in a wrong spot, I feel like. I feel like all these guys are sort of, like, up here. And if we're doing it in tiers and not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, then, like, this is good, right? Actually, you know, while I would like to move them up, it would only just be to the front of this. I don't think I would put these 3 in this tier with these characters. But I might even drop Blue Vegeta down to God as well. And then it's just these guys up here. And then remember, like, a character like the Resurrection F Blues is not around, of course, on Global. This actually is not too bad. Again, there's certain things you could scream about that I feel like it's like, it doesn't, I don't know, like, maybe like Videl is too high, or Bojack is too high or too low, or, you know, this Goku's too high or something like that. I would definitely say these guys are too high, for sure. They're way too high. I would bump them down. This isn't, like, awful, though. Because, again, yeah, just most of these characters just don't matter, right? For what it's worth, I remember there was a huge discussion. I don't know why people were arguing Future Gohan versus Tech Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta. I don't know. I don't really have an opinion on that, which character I like better. I'm not the biggest fan of either of them, right? Like, people will say, like, this guy works so good with this guy, but, like, that's not really correct, because you need 6 orbs for both. Like, good luck getting that in the Red Zone, right? Like, Maybe if there was some Trunks who was like a top 5 unit in the game that Rainbow Orb changed, yeah, maybe. But as of right now, no. Okay, so here's the TURs. Again, I don't see something that I could like really attack right here. So that's unfortunate. We can't jump swag for this. Okay. All right. Okay, let's take a look at the LRs here. So okay. Now, all right. We all know my history with UI Goku. I'm a huge UI Goku fan, love him and stuff like. Oh, I actually see some problems here. Okay, interesting. Here's the thing with UI Goku. He is much better than many people give him credit for, but I would say that going into the 7th anniversary, I feel like he was way ahead of the pack of a lot of the rest of the game. You know, people overrated Full Power Frieza and Namek Goku. The thing with these characters, I've finally discovered what it is I want to say. These are front-running characters, Full Power Frieza and Namek Goku. If they are like stronger than the boss they're fighting, they look like the craziest shit ever. But when you're fighting like red zone bosses that are stronger than these characters, they just get dunked on, shit on. So these are like front runners, Namek, Goku, and Full Power Frieza, where it's like, you know, you use them against the God event, which they're like stronger than, and it's like, oh my god. But it's like, yeah, as soon as content got tougher, they got humbled, is basically what happened with the two of them. Now, if we're talking global, this unit, I think, should be #1 on global. This is definitely #1. I would not have UI Goku in the same tier as them. I wouldn't. A lot of people were upset when I did my... Let me actually... I think I'm going to pull this up real fast, just to compare. So, I've done a couple of sort of like these types of tier lists, right? I did one for Red Coin Dokkan Fest LRs. And in my Red Coin one, I had UI Goku as #3. Now, a lot of people were upset about that. But the thing about UI Goku at #3, if we take a look at this, is that, honestly, I'm not too impressed by a lot of these Red Coin LRs. Like, the 3rd year anniversary fusions, they can be very unimpressive, just being honest, right? Until they fuse this physical Gogeta and Vegeta, they could get destroyed. This unit has aged bad. This unit has aged bad. This unit has aged bad, right? Like, the entire Red Coin LR list is now kind of underwhelming. The Red Zone really destroyed this. Now, the top 4 came out after Red Zone, so of course I think these are easily the top 4 Red Coin LRs. But UI Goku at 3, I'm not saying UI Goku is so good. I'm saying Red Coin LRs suck. If we're talking yellow coin, here, my yellow coin one is just like right here. Where would I put UI Goku in this? I would probably have UI Goku somewhere in here, like 5 to 7. Like, would I put UI Goku in front of Hidden God Goku? I want to say yes. See, I don't know. Because the thing about Hidden God Goku and UI Goku is they're perfect partners, actually. Like, you get UI Goku in slot 1 and then Hidden God Goku in slot 2. But, like, Hidden God Goku, a lot of times, you're not running him in slot 1 after 7th anniversary power creep, right? They also don't have a team. I feel like UI Goku's kind of, like, in this level for Yellow Coin LRs, right? I'd put UI Goku... I mean, he's shitting on Turles and Great Ape Vegeta and probably this Cell. But, like, somewhere in this range, I would probably put Genemba above UI Goku at the moment, I would say. So I like UI Goku would be as high as 5 and as low as 8. In this range is where I put UI Goku. So I think Yellow Coin LRs are just better than Red Coin LRs at the moment, is my basic point with that. So I'd drop UI Goku down. I'd leave this unit right here. I would probably keep them in a tier of their own. Keep in mind, there's a lot of JP-only units, right? So yeah, we have these 5 LRs. And then don't forget, there's also the LR Super Saiyan 4s. Where are they? Right here. Remember that these two. If we're talking, JP, like, this is a global list, but if not, I think these two, I will put in peak, probably. I think that they're, you could probably make a case that they're like in the range of this Goku and Gohan. And then of course, if we're doing it correct, there's a tier. There's the peak would actually only be, I think, these two, and then God would start with Goku and Gohan, and then the Super Saiyan 4s and stuff like that. I do want to keep in mind that, oh, okay, Broly, Chile, and them, will get them the hell down, first off. No, no, we're not doing that. Like, no. Future Gohan and Trunks has got to go up. I mean, Genemba is probably in the correct tier. Hidden God Goku's in the correct tier. I mean, if we're... I would move Vegeta and Goku close to that, because I assume, like Swag is saying, like, UI Goku's number 1, right? And then, but it's kind of like the same tier. I would push Vegeta and Goku higher up in this tier. I definitely am putting Vegeta and Goku above these 4 right here, I think. Okay, this unit should go up. Cell should go up as well. Because this, remember, Cell is easy 8 on global. Cell is really good. Really good. And the other thing, too, is, like, if we're really saying this Cell is right here, then that means this Cell is really good as well, right? So we got to push him up. Okay, nothing really too crazy. Maybe you could push this Trunks up 1 tier, not the biggest deal. Yeah, a lot of these guys have aged. Remember, this is prior to their EZA. They have not EZA'd on global yet, so they're, you know, down here. Otherwise, I would push them way up. Vegeta and Nappa, I feel like Kale and Khalifa should go up, probably. They're like, dude, Kale and Khalifa, like, they could still be rather effective, right? You just have to, like, I am definitely putting Kale and Khalifa above, like, Majin Vegeta, probably, and LR Cell and stuff, right? Vegeta and Nappa. This list is just, like, not, yeah, like, this is where we started getting, like, people, I know people would cap for this character, but it's like, dude, they are just not, they're power crept. And it's like, if you wank them off in a showcase setting, Gohan and Goten can look okay, but, like, it's all about wanking them off in a showcase setting, right? Not, like, actually, like, utilizing them in tough content, right? I do care a lot more how characters are performing when you're actually going through tough stages than how they looked in their wanked, you know, dick-sucked version in showcases, right? For sure. Okay. Now, LR Super 17. You guys know I am, like, the biggest LR Super 17 hater out there, but he does deserve to go up many tiers. You can use him effectively in Red Zone. It's just his worst design ever does hurt him for sure, right? Yeah, okay, actually, damn it, man. Damn it. I do kind of got to give it to him. I feel like this isn't bad. Like, there's nothing for me to really attack. I feel like Swag might be listening to shit I say. Because it's like, I feel like a lot of this, I can't really attack. Because, like, even, like, Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, like, I feel like this is probably a good spot for him, right? Like, I literally today, I no-itemed Omega, Red Zone Omega Shenron with Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta really helping in that stage, right? So you do want to keep shit like that in mind, so... Let me know what you guys are thinking of SWAGKAGE'S list here. Yeah, it looks fine. You know, again, I'd say UI Goku is too high. Y'all are probably surprised to hear me say that, but I do think he's too high. I think this Goku and Gohan is better. One thing, if the hardest fight in the game did not cancel dodging, I would like UI Goku a lot more. But to me, like, the fight, I think a lot of people would argue, like, don't use Red Zone, like, Broly and Omega as a standard for fights, but I disagree. I think those are the standard for fights we should use, and that knocks UI Goku down several levels because he can't help out in the hardest fight in the game. Now, if you could dodge Broly, UI Goku would maybe be still the 3rd best unit in the game, because he would be an absolute, like, need to run against Broly. Dodging characters against AoE super attacks is like pretty much the best way to survive them. Look at the way UI Goku handled what's his name? Moscow? Yeah, it's Moscow in the God event, right? Remember Moscow, the AoE super attack god, who was very tough? But the thing is, you could dodge him. Moscow, right here. The thing is that Broly has this AoE super, but you cannot dodge him. So it just becomes impossible to survive. It becomes real nonsense, right? So, yeah, let me know what you guys think. Global list is not fun, because these are fun characters to talk about and rank right here. These four, and then these guys down here. Kaioken Goku would be up, like, on the borderline of peak and the god tiers, I would think. Of course, these two are a tier by themselves. They're by themselves. That's, like, if you want to argue the God's number 1, Super Saiyan 4 is number 1, I don't really care. I just think that they're both so clear of every unit in the game, it doesn't really matter so much. I am much higher on this Goku and Piccolo than everyone else is. I mean, as you guys saw from my list, right, I had them at, what, 4? No, I had them at 5? 4? They were right up there. Right up there mixed with, Kaioken Goku, right? Yeah, I think I had them at 5, so, like, or wait. Well, no, because I'm talking about Yellow Queen. You guys get what I'm saying. Let me... let me pull back, because in my head I'm getting mixed up with like all LRs and them, so I'd probably put them at, I had them at 3, right? Because I put Goku and Gohan 1, I would put STR Kaioken as 2, and then the Goku and Piccolo was 3, I believe. That is the case, yeah. And then Genemba I had at 4. Genemba's much better than people give him credit for. Genemba just doesn't have a team right now. Genemba will be so effective in every single red zone fight. AoE Broly, you know, Genemba has a 50% chance to dodge AoE Broly. Because remember, Genemba nullifies, not dodges. So Genemba could actually, even if Genemba doesn't nullify Broly's super attack, he will live, right? Which many characters in the game cannot say. So, let me know what you guys think of our boy SWAGKAGE, though. I actually say he did a pretty good job, right? Because, again, a lot of this doesn't really matter. Even, like, these two, I agree. I feel like these two are very comparable in their performance, right? Like, this Tech Gohan is just, like, a very, very slightly better version of this guy if he can get his active skill off and stuff like that. But this Gohan, I think, is defensively is a bit more consistent, but they're very similar. So, yeah, this looks good. Damn it, I was ready to roast him, but I actually can't here. So, let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.